regarding the foundation of Indian National Congress and how certain associations played a very important role in formation of Congress. So, foundation of Indian National Congress, this topic has already been done by me in another video, and I'll keep the link in the description box. But today's video is particularly regarding these associations like the Indian Association, East India Association, Indian National Pune Sarvajanik Sabha. As we all know, Congress was founded in 1885 and there was a long history before its foundation also. The English reform movements, the English education, reform movements, the growth of poverty led to a creation of an educated Indian class who gave leadership to the Indian independence movement. So this leadership led to establishment of several associations like this, which eventually led to the formation of the Congress in 1885. So these are known as the precursors of the Indian National Congress. Precursors. As this finally led to the formation. So from 1866 to 1885, there were several associations like the East India Association, Pune Sarvajanik Sabha, Bombay Presidency Association, Indian Association headed by Surendranath Banerjee, and London India Society. There was a Landholder Society in Calcutta in 1838. These are several associations which we came across, which led to finally the Indian National Congress, particularly the Indian National Conference of 1883, which became Indian National Congress in 1885. As I mentioned, there were several associations, but the syllabus of Class 10 ICSE board emphasizes on two of these associations, the Indian National Association by Surendranath Banerjee and the East India Association by Dadabhai Naoroji. So coming back to the Indian National Association, it was established in 1876 by Surendranath Banerjee, as mentioned here, and it was meant to be an all India movement. It was headed by him. The association had educated professionals, lawyers as its members. As we all see that before Gandhi, mass participation was less and upper class, middle class was there in every movement. So here also we see that, and then the objectives of Indian Association are creation of a strong body of public opinion, integration of Indian people on the basis of common political interests, which is ending of colonial rule and bringing up democracy and bringing up independence of India, promotion of friendly relation between Hindus and Muslims. Yes, this became a very important aim of every association and all, because they were divide and rule. British started that policy of divide and rule from the very beginning, particularly after partition of Bengal. It became very, very effective. So because East and Western Bengal was divided, so mass participation in the public movements, this became very much important as an organization to promote like political interest, Hindu-Muslims unity, mass participation, strong public opinion. Then only they could protest against the colonial rule. And the Indian Association tried to become an all-India movement, but that failed. Obviously, it could not attain an all-India character, but there were certain achievements also. It launched agitations against the oppressive acts like Vernacular Press Act, Arms Act, and against it also protested for lowering of age of ICS examination from 21 to the age for ICS examination was lowered from 21 to 19. So the East India Association vehemently criticized that, because in India the education start a bit later than the British governments and all. So it is difficult for an India to compete for the civil service examination with 19 years of age. So they protested against it. It also took up the cause of the workers on the British-owned plantations, like its sugar plantations, tea plantations, the inhuman treatment meted out to the laborers. The association also protested against this. So Surendranath Banerjee obviously led an all-India campaign, but it failed. And Bengali, the Bengali was a newspaper he edited. It's important for short question. Bengali. This was a newspaper edited by Surendranath Banerjee. And here it became the chief organ. This became the chief organ. Like for reaching out to the public, they needed a newspaper or a magazine or something. So this Bengali newspaper became a like connection between Surendranath Banerjee's Indian Association and the public. So by 1884, the association had around 44 branches. Now, coming back to the East India Association, it was founded by Dadabhai Naoroji in 1st October 1866 in London. He was known as the Grand Old Man of India. The main aim behind this association was to alert the British parliamentarians regarding the Indian grievances, which were genuine against the colonial rule in India. And obviously some Englishmen sympathized with the Indian distress, and they recommended for repealing of the Vernacular Press Act and also improving the conditions of laborers in plantations, British plantations. And the association became so popular that it began to have branches in the principal cities of Mumbai, Calcutta and Chennai. So these were the associations which led to the which make the situation right for having an all India level association, because these are all regional, or this was mainly for outside India. Like Indian Association is for regional, mainly centered in Bengal, and East India Association is mainly centered in London because it's founded there. So these became paved the way for an association which would become a national, which would represent public opinion and sort their grievances. So there comes the Indian National Congress in 1885. INC in 1885. Before that, from 1866, here in East India Association, in 1876 there are several other. Pune Sarvajanik Sabha, the first one is 1813 Landholder Society. All these led to the establishment of All India National Congress, Indian National Congress. So there were certain immediate objectives of Indian National Congress, like to enable national workers from all parts of India to become personally known to each other. This is mainly because to establish a relationship among all the Indians, to enhance the unity among them, to end all racial, religious, provincial prejudice and promote a feeling of national unity. All the points will see to emphasize the unity among the Indians. The formulation of popular demands on vital Indian problems and their presentation before the government. How people's demands, people's grievances can be taken up and directed towards the government, where the action can be taken. This is obviously a role of political organization which is done by Indian National Congress. To train or organize public opinion in the country, like to establish every point to establish unity and to emphasize and to channelize the public opinion and to channelize the public grievances, to decide upon the political tasks or jobs to be undertaken during the ensuing year. So every year, now we will see how the Congress met. Congress sessions is a 3-day meeting normally to held in Congress to discuss about what will be done in the coming year. So the sessions, the initial 2 sessions is there in the syllabus. First held in Bombay, presided over by Umesh Chandra Banerjee, W.C. Banerjee. Second in Calcutta, headed by or presided over by Dadabhai Naoroji. First one is obviously in the first year, 1885, and second in 1886, the next year. Every year Congress used to meet, and this is called the session of Congress, where discussions regarding what policies could be adopted, how unity, like the immediate objective of unity, emphasizing on unity of all and channelizing public opinion, how this could be done. All these factors were discussed, and how India's independence could be reached. Later in the latter half we will see that initial dominion status was asked, later total Swaraj was asked. So how this could be achieved, these were discussed among the Congress leaders. So in the first session, 72 delegates were there meeting at Bombay. 1885, presided over by Umesh Chandra Banerjee, and the second session was presided over by Dadabhai Naoroji, Calcutta, and 1886. So these are the two sessions and the immediate objectives of the Congress. So I end my lecture here. Thank you for watching me. Please like, share, subscribe History Lessons for more historical facts. And the book referred here will be given in the description box with the proper link from Amazon. Thank you.